Alright, so we got the 1087 spoilers, and this chapter is even better than I thought it was going to be. Cannot wait to see it play out on the actual page. Hopefully that comes out tomorrow. So guys, subscribe if you haven't already, because I will be reviewing the chapter once it drops in detail. But anyway, the chapter starts at Marine Base G1, and Brand New is showing Django and Full Body the ruins of two huge battleships. Brand New explains that they are battleship bags, like sandbags, but actual ships. Garp uses them to practice his punch. Brand New says there are two ships because one of them was used by Aokiji. Garp and Aokiji had a special rule. They never used haki or special abilities when they're punching these ships. Cut to Hachinosu, the pirate island, and Garp is still fighting the Blackbeard pirates. Garp has thrown San Juan Wolf into the sea. We can't see how Garp did it. We can only see that San Juan Wolf is already in the sea. Blackbeard's men try to help Wolf up since he will die from drowning. So this is a massive feat from Garp. He's incredibly powerful. He probably punched San Juan Wolf, to be honest, because that's like his thing, but he could have thrown him too. But also, San Juan Wolf is so big because inherently he's just a giant, but then he ate the huge fruit and became even bigger. And he's like so big that it's kind of problematic to the series, to be honest. Like, getting around is like an issue, and him consuming enough calories to stay alive is also like something that we really need to suspend our disbelief on, but that's neither here nor there. I was wondering where he was because we didn't really hear about him in the spoilers, but he just got dealt with the quickness by Garp. Vasco Shot spits fire at Garp using an attack called Heavy Drinker Furnace Flame. Garp blocks the attack using Blackbeard pirates' beaten bodies as a shield, and then he throws the burning bodies around, burning the town. Garp calls this technique Pirate Fireballs. So another amazing feat from Garp here. Really cool sequence, I'm sure. And also Vasco Shot's fruit. I think he said it was like the glug glug fruit or something, and he's a liquor man. It hasn't been explained what his abilities are, but I assume he can just control alcohol. Take that for what you will. And him making fire out of it, either he has like a match or a lighter or something, or he could just produce fire and manipulate his fruit ability that way, you know, similar to how like Luffy does, or whatever's going on with Sanji and other characters who have like flame-like abilities, but it's not like their inherent thing. We can see that the ship carrying Swords members and prisoners is already off the coast. Only Garp, Kobe, and Grooves are fighting the entire island by themselves, and Grooves asks something to Garp, but it seems that Garp doesn't hear it. He says, "Garp-san, am I the future of the Marines too?" So this is a callback to, I think, chapter 1081. Like, after Garp came flying into Hachinosu, he said something about Kobe being the future of the Marines. And Grooves kind of got salty by that because he's like Kobe's contemporary. And I guess he's going to be like, I don't know, his rival or something. Kuzan gets back up after Garp's blue hole, the attack from chapter 1081. And Garp tells Kobe and Grooves to run while he stopped the entire pirate army by himself. Kobe sees a woman that is being attacked by a pirate, then he tries to help her. Kobe discovers that he has been tricked by them because the woman is a pirate too. Shiryu, in his invisible form, appears and is about to stab Kobe, but Garp blocks the blade and gets stabbed in his body, similar to what happened with Whitebeard and Squard in Marineford. So, wow, yeah, Garp is taking a bad stab here, and it's not playing out how I thought. I thought that, I don't know, Shiryu was just sneaking up on Garp or something, but no, he was actually sneaking up on Kobe, which is the smart move, of course, and Garp intercepted Kobe. And like I've been saying these last two videos, I think this is like the beginning of Garp's downfall for sure. Like, this is going to lead to his possible death. I mean, he just has like a lot of death flags here, and he seems like a fitting character to die. That's not in a flashback, you know. But also, this just protects Garp because, you know, he's getting stabbed by protecting Kobe. It's not like he was just cleanly beaten by Shiryu here. Garp grabs Shiryu and throws him to the ground. Shiryu is injured but laughing. Kobe says sorry to Garp, but Garp says Shiryu's aim was to get him from the beginning. So yeah, here's the retaliation that Garp gave to Shiryu. We just talked about this in the previous video. We thought that he punched him, but no, he's just throwing him to the ground. And Shiryu is laughing, of course, because he's also staying protected by this. Like, yeah, it hurt him, but it's not completely taking him out. Shiryu is a beast, of course, as we were talking about. He's going to be around till the end of the series, most likely, and he is Blackbeard's right-hand man. So he needs to be protected somewhat and be seen as extremely powerful, since he'll likely be Zoro or one of the Straw Hat's final opponents. And I think this is actually the most damage he's taken in the series. I don't even think he's taken any damage before this, has he? Maybe he has, I don't remember. Garp is weakened, so all the Blackbeard pirates continue to attack him. According to the Cross Guild, Garp's bounty is worth 3 crowns, which is 3 billion berries. It's the same amount that Marine Admirals. So that's pretty interesting. Garp's bounty has been revealed, and this is like the Cross Guild bounty, of course. They've been playing the reverse Uno card on the Marines, which is interesting because now this is like Oda's way of power scaling them, I guess, because normally they wouldn't get bounties, of course, since they are Marines. A 3 billion bounty is pretty significant, of course, but you just think it would probably be more for Garp since he's held in such high regard. But I guess since his decline in power, since he's so old now, it makes sense. But also, it's not like a fully accurate description of his power, of course. None of the bounties are, even though they kind of are at the same time. It's kind of Oda telling us somewhat, but I don't know, maybe the Cross Guild only has so much money to give. I don't know, but the fact that Kid and Law have like 3 billion bounties as well, it kind of like makes you think like, I thought it'd be more. But don't get me wrong, still impressive. It's just there's been a power creep in the bounties as of late, if you know what I mean. A new flashback starts and we see the first time Garp met Kuzan. The chapter doesn't say when it took place, but Garp looks very young, like long before Roger's execution. So Kuzan is like 49 now, so I don't know, maybe this was like when he was 19 or something. Young Kuzan asked Garp to be his disciple, but Garp told Kuzan to go and train with the Marine instructors instead. Maybe Garp talked about Zephyr? Kuzan refused and tried to imitate Garp by punching the battleships like him. As days gone by, Kuzan's punch became stronger and stronger until the sound of his punch was as loud as Garp's. Over time, Garp was getting closer to Kuzan. Garp even complained about his family to Kuzan while they ate snacks together. Garp says, "My son became a revolutionary, darn it, and my grandson said he will become a pirate like I'd let him." So yeah, Garp acknowledging Dragon here. That's pretty interesting, but of course he's not saying if he was a Marine or anything, and you'd think that like Garp would have almost forced Dragon to become a Marine, but we still don't have any insight into that. It hasn't even been hinted at as far as I know. So Dragon's backstory is still pretty mysterious. Also, as for Redon mentioning Zephyr here, I don't know if he's literally being mentioned in the chapter or this is just Redon guessing, but Zephyr is like that former admiral from movie Z. I don't know if Oda is going to make him canon because he's not really consistent with that stuff, but Zephyr was like the instructor a lot of the well-known Marines we know in the series, including Kuzan and the other 2 original admirals. Back to the present, Kuzan covers his hand with a technique called Ice Glove. Then Garp and Kuzan punch each other's faces with haki, creating a huge explosion. We can see black lightning from the impact. Both of them are blown away. So wow, we talked about this in the previous spoiler video, and that is Kuzan possibly having Conqueror's haki. Now that's not being confirmed here, of course. I mean, I haven't seen the panel, but even if we do, I still don't think it's going to be decisive. But Garp for sure has Conqueror's haki. And like I said before, I wouldn't be surprised if Kuzan has it, because like there's some other characters who have it who don't really deserve it in my opinion, and I think Kuzan is worthy. I think all of the admirals are worthy, to be honest, but you know, still pending on if he has it or not. Take away from this what you will, I guess. Pizarro brings 2 huge arms on from the island with his powers and is about to crush Garp's ship. At the end of the chapter, we see Garp laying on the ground bleeding. We can't see what happened to Kuzan, and Garp talks with Kobe. He says, "Kobe, don't panic, justice will prevail." End of chapter. So yeah, it looks like that clash really messed Garp up. And also, you know, he got stabbed in the freaking chest by Shiryu. And now that we see Pizarro crushing Garp's ship, I think these are even more death flags for Garp here. And he might only have like 1 or 2 chapters left at this point. And this might be Kuzan's out for not having to kill Garp. Like maybe Kuzan is legitimately knocked out from this or just blown away enough as to where he doesn't have to interact with Garp for the rest of this sequence. And this is when Shiryu or the remaining Blackbeard pirates there all come in, gang up on Garp and just take him out. You know, the way that they took out Whitebeard and Marineford? I could see that happening again. But yeah, I can't wait to see this chapter. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments. And if you liked the video, please give it a like and please subscribe if you haven't already. Have a great day and I'll see you in the next one.